guys, it's Emma, and today I'm going to be doing a question and answer with some questions I found from a Vice article. In the Vice article, they interviewed a guy with Tourette's and asked him a few questions, and I'm going to do 6 of them. I think there were actually 7 or 8, but I also censored 1 or 2 of them a little bit because this is more of like a family channel and I don't want to say exactly everything that they said on the Vice interview. I'm doing this because there could be different answers to these questions for people, different people who have Tourette's, and I actually had different answers for a few of them than he did, the guy being interviewed. So, number 1, have you ever exploited your TS? Your Tourette Syndrome? No, absolutely not, because first of all, that's really, really messed up. Like, I'm not going to go around and like do stuff and blame it on my Tourette's. That would also create kind of like a boy cried wolf effect. So like if, I did something so much and then someone realized that it wasn't actually like my Tourette's and I kept blaming it on my Tourette's, and then something did happen because of my Tourette's and I was like, oh, it's my Tourette's, and they'd be like, no, it isn't, kind of thing, because I had already like blamed it on it so many times. So no, I have never and will never exploit my Tourette syndrome in any way for any personal gain. Number 2, what are romantic relations like with Tourette syndrome? I kind of censored this one. I'm going to talk about this in a way of like what are relationships like. And I don't know, you guys have seen videos that I've had with my now ex-boyfriend, and we kind of talked about that subject, but I'll go over a little bit again. But a lot of things are mostly the same. I mean, like, cuddling is hard, sleeping in a bed with someone is hard, obviously. Like, whenever I would cuddle any of my exes, I'm single right now, whenever I would cuddle any of my exes, there could be issues just because I moved around so much, and they would always be like, oh, it's fine, like, it's whatever. Like, I'd apologize sometimes, which I know I don't have to apologize, and they'd say you don't have to apologize, and I know I don't have to, but I still, like, sometimes feel the need to be like, oh, sorry, like, I kicked you, like, because of my tick while we're cuddling, sorry I hurt you, like, Also, I'm really bad at sleeping in a bed with someone, just because any single touch, like if anything touches me during the night, I wake up and I start ticking. So that's a hassle. Number 3 was an interesting question. Should I stay away from you when you're holding a knife? No, not for me. I don't think so. Well, this question's kind of funny because one of my comorbid disorders, OCD, I used to have a compulsion back in the day, which I've talked about in a video or 2, I'm pretty sure. I used to have a compulsion where I used to have to lick knives. So really, I was the one who had to stay away from myself with knives, as in, I didn't use steak knives or sharp knives at all for like a solid period of my life, but that was because of my OCD, not because of my Tourette syndrome. 4, does it suck not having complete control of your body? I was very intrigued by the guy who was being interviewed. He actually answered this saying like, oh, I feel like I do have complete control of my body. And I was like, how? Because I don't feel like I have complete control of my body because I have Tourette's. He kind of explained it in a way where it made sense, where he was saying like, I've never not had Tourette's, so I don't understand what it would be like any other way, which I get that, but I still don't think that I've ever felt like I had complete control of my body. And yes, it does suck. It's been a very long time, and I still have a lot of times that I'm very frustrated, and I end up crying and like screaming and stuff about how frustrated I am, and there's just those days, like it happens where, you're strong most of the time, but then there's days where it comes crumbling down and you're like, why is this happening? And usually I don't question why about many things like in the universe, because I don't really think that there's like a whole reason to many things. We're not going to get into that. I'm not a full nihilist, but anyway. But yeah, it does suck. Not all the time. It doesn't suck all the time, but it sucks most of the time. 5, does it upset you when strangers laugh? No, not now. Like, I don't care now, because I'm 20 and I'm older and more matured. When I was younger, yes. A lot of the times nowadays people don't really laugh at me. It's still a lot of stares more than anything, because especially like at college, people don't really they don't laugh or make fun of me as much. It's just a lot of staring and questioning, and the questioning might not always be phrased very politely, but you live, you learn. When I was younger, I was really like offended by that kind of stuff because I didn't really know how to handle it. And this isn't pertaining to strangers, but I was bullied on my middle school bus quite frequently by these two boys. One actually goes to my college now. And I had a class with him, so that was fun. But I didn't bring it up or anything. Like, I wasn't about to be like, hey, like 6 years ago in the 7th and 8th grade or whatever, you bullied me for having Tourette's. So yeah, it used to upset me, but now it doesn't. 6. Do Tourette Syndrome jokes offend you? It depends on the joke. And who it's coming from and what their intent is with the joke. It really depends. If it's a hurtful joke, yeah, like, I don't like what you're saying, especially if you're close to me. But if it's a stranger saying it, I'm just like, oh, they're stupid, and move on. But I think a lot more it really offends me if it's like a hurtful joke with someone close to me, like someone I know. But if it's like a stranger makes a joke, I kind of brush it off because they don't understand and they don't know. But people that are close to me do understand and do know because I've made them understand and know. So I feel like I really haven't done my job if someone's like making fun of me and pushing fun at me. But if it's like a fun little joke, I say jokes about my Tourette's sometimes, like just little like quirky remarks, you know. I think overall my answer to that question would be yes and no. It just really depends. Person, intent, joke in itself, like, you know, that's what it is to me. Okay, that's all for the Vice questions. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, it's Tourette Syndrome Awareness Month and Mental Health Awareness Month. Mental Health Awareness Month is May to the end of May, and then Tourette Syndrome Awareness Month is May 15th to June 15th. So wear teal. I know I'm not wearing teal. It's because I don't really own any teal. So yeah, let's promote awareness and stuff, and I'm posting on my Instagram a lot and my Twitter a lot recently for those reasons. So yeah, follow them. All of those links are down there. That's all for today. Okay, thanks Twitches, bye!